relationships, love affairs, marriages, all these things in the point of philosophy. Let me give an example, a scientific example. Hydrogen is an atom, oxygen is another atom. If there are two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom, it turns into water, right? So that is a kind of molecule. So in terms of relationships, when a boy is in relationship with a girl, the boy is an atom, the girl is another atom, but they turn into a molecule when they are in relationship, when they are in marital status, when they mix together. So in relationships, why do I raise this issue in terms of relationship? The thing is that it's important. If you know philosophy, it can get you a very good insight. Very good people, very bad people, what kind of people are they? If you try to classify people into this conception, science and philosophy are very important. There are 10 friends having tea, gossiping, moving around. But what happens? One of them is in relationship with the other boy or the girl. And they are separate. Now you don't get those two. Because one boy and the other girl, they are in relationship. So your friends number, what happens, goes down to 8. So you are in search, hey, where is Jui? Where is Shafiq? So Shafiq was their friend, they used to mix together, gossip together, and Jui was their female friend and they mix together. But they find that Jahangir, that is Jui and Shafiq, they are in relationship and they don't mix with the other friends. It's because they believe in molecule, they don't believe in atom. They were together, but they were in relationship later. They started relationship and they sacked other friends because they don't need any other friend. Joey was there just to get a friend. She wanted to become a molecule. She did not want to stay an atom. And Shafiq was not interested in getting all the time turning. He wanted to become a molecule. So when he got Joey, he became a molecule. When Joey got Shafiq, she became an atom, the molecule. So the thing is that there lies the philosophy. Suppose you are visiting your country home from abroad. So what happens? You mix with those who are in need of you. You mix with those you need them. And there are others who also mix with you because they need you. But at one point, what you see, you introduce somebody else. What happens? He finds that that person is more important in his life. So the thing is that when you find someone is necessary in your life, you pick him up, you pick her up, and you separate the other friends. So somebody introduced you to a girl, and you are in love with her, and you get quite separate from you. So the friends have lost one friend, or they have lost Joy and Shafiq. So the other 8 friends think that those two are very bad. No, they are molecule mentality. Their mentality is molecular. And your mentality is atomic. It means you are fine when you are an atom, you stay, you gossip, you talk to many atoms. But a girl wants to become a molecule. A boy wants to become a molecule. So even when they are together, they don't have fun. When they are in relationship with a boy and girl, between a boy and girl, then that's fine. So this philosophy is not that difficult, but seems to be difficult in the beginning. After some time, you can get it much clear. So do you think that Shafiq is a very bad boy? Do you think Jui is a very bad girl? Actually, their mentality is molecular, and your mentality is atomic. Hydrogen, there are two hydrogen molecules, atoms, and one oxygen atom. When they get together, what happens? They turn into water. So Jui and Shafiq got married. So Jui was an atom, Shafiq was an atom, but now Jui and Shafiq became a molecule. And when they became a molecule, they get a boy, they get a son. So it becomes important that something like two hydrogen means the father and the son, and oxygen means the wife. So what happens? The three turns into a family, that is water. So it seems difficult. But why do people do like this? Because they think of themselves. I am happy with 10 friends. I gossip, I take tea, I mix with them. Even when I'm in a relationship with a girl, even when I have a wife, even when I have a child, I'm not blind to my friends. But the thing is that someone else, Shafiq, he was blind to himself. When he got Jui, he did not need anything. His needs were over. When Jui got Shafiq, her needs were over. But my needs are not over. I want to have good time with my friends because I am an atomic mentality person. And Jui was molecular mentality. Shafiq was in molecular mentality. The thing is that it's philosophy. Someone living in a village may be very much attached to one police officer, one fisherman, one maid servant, like that, because he knows that he doesn't need to mix with so many people. He only needs a fisherman sometimes. He needs a policeman sometimes. He needs a rich friend sometimes because he needs money sometimes. There are reasons. So even when nobody likes him, still a fisherman is ready to serve him. A police officer is ready to serve him. Why? Because he's selective. When you are doing some honors or any, suppose, you don't need to read newspaper, you don't need to go abroad, you don't need to learn philosophy, nothing. All you need to know is read those particular books so that you can do good in your exam. No matter how much you study newspaper or search for knowledge, doesn't matter. So you are not studying hard, but you are studying particularly those items that are necessary for your exams. He do very good in the exam. On the other hand, your friend knows so much, reads newspaper, reads this, that, he participates in knowledge discussion and all this stuff. Still, he can't do good in the exam. Initially, it's good to be specific, selective. You just study this book, this book, this book, so that you can do very good in the exam. But in the long run, very dangerous. You are studying in BUET, you are getting a great engineer, and when you get married, your wife divorces you. Maybe possible. But if you are a social worker, if you have a lot of interaction with people, if you are in an atomic mentality, you get to know people, you get to have good fun with a lot of people. So at one point, you may not get in danger. So philosophy is not necessary to most of us. It's nothing, but actually it's everything. But philosophy is not for you. Philosophy is for others. You are feeding 5 dogs, you enjoy because they were so much hungry. When you fed those 5 dogs, they became happy and you became happy. But the other guys who are molecular mentality, they don't like it. They only feed their husbands, wives, children, sons, daughters, father, mother, like that, selective. So this idea of selection is a kind of molecular conception. Right? You have your wife, that's it. You have your son, that's it. But Socrates was not that kind. He could not teach his sons, 3 sons, because his wife must have barred him from mixing with those sons, because she thought that Socrates was mad, Socrates was crazy, philosophy is rubbish, philosophy is nothing. So she did not let him mix with his sons. So he could not teach anybody. If she let, he could have taught his sons so much. His sons could have been Aristotle, could have been Plato, even more than that. So Socrates taught a little. It was a kind of relationship with Plato, and Plato became famous, everybody knows. And Plato was in contact with Aristotle. Aristotle was for 2 years a student of academy by Plato. And then he became a colleague of Plato. So what happens? Socrates turned Plato into a great someone, and Plato turned Aristotle into a better one. Similarly, Socrates could have made his 3 sons super great. So let's come back to the point, philosophy. So if you know philosophy, you can see in the darkness. You can see everywhere. What you can't see, you can see with the help of philosophy. But philosophy is not for you. But in cases, philosophy can help you in different ways. A woman cooks, she takes 10 hours, but you can cook in 1 hour or 2 hours because you have philosophy. So the woman doesn't know philosophy. She cannot make it short. She isn't that intelligent. Depending on her intelligence, she can do anything because her mentality is molecular. Her mentality, she doesn't know philosophy. So philosophy can help you a lot. If a lot of philosophers are there, the things will change, the country will change. We need Socrates. Socrates says, know thyself. But actually he wanted to say, know myself. I know nobody recognized him. He was trying hard. He could not say that, listen to me, I am Socrates. I am one day going to be the founder of philosophy in the Western world. Who will believe? And he cannot praise himself. How can he praise? He says he knows nothing. Socrates says he knows nothing. And when he hears of some great people, he says that they know a lot. I don't know nothing. I know nothing. But they do not know that they don't know nothing. So Socrates is in advance because he knows that he doesn't know anything. And those philosophers, those great people think they know everything. And that is their mistake. So long story short, philosophy can make you see whatever you want. If you read a newspaper, very easily you can acquire knowledge. When you read a little of a book, you can understand the whole book. It can save a lot of time. Rabindranath became such a great person. He wrote so much, you cannot even finish by your lifetime. How? It's because he was basically a philosopher and then he got all the knowledge. If you are an ocean, all water from mountain, river, lake, ultimately will fall into that portion. So, very bad kind of people who are called narcissists. So, narcissistic people are molecular people, molecular mentality. They themselves are happy when they are happy. When others are happy, they are not happy. They are jealous of their happiness. So to save yourself, to save others, you can become a philosopher. As we are very few, that's the problem. People do not understand. Dr. Samuel Johnson had a very ugly face. He was a genius, but nobody cared him. Even he took his wife to London just to get a job, just to earn money because they were short of money. They were starving. So they went to the city, London, from their village home. They could not manage anything because people did not know such a great fellow. Many people needed some work to be done. He was efficient. Many people wanted someone to write something, but they did not recognize who Dr. Samuel Johnson was. So narcissistic people are not that much philosophically intelligent. The zero your philosophy, the more you are a narcissist. So if you are a malignant narcissist, you need power. But to become a narcissist, what happens? When you're born, you are a narcissist. But in course of time, you share with others, and that's how you can become different man. But some people are always self-centered, they are narcissistic. They only find their aims, they only find something as their aim. They need money, find nothing else they need it. They think that money is all. That's how they think differently from the general. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.